Today we're joined by members of the Latino Caucus. We have Lorena Gonzalez Fletcher, which is our vice chair. We have Miguel Santiago and Eloise Reyes and Jose Medina, who are here today with us today. We wanted to talk today about our priority bills for the Latino Caucus. And first of all, before we do that, I want to talk about the Latino Caucus itself. Over 40 years ago, the Latino Legislative Caucus was formed with 5 members. Back then it was called the Chicano Legislative Caucus. The original members that formed the caucus did so to further policy priorities that protect, promote, and preserve the rights of the Latino community throughout the state of California. And what does that mean? Do we have bills that specifically target Latinos and say we have bills that are only going to help Latinos? No, that's not what it means. It means that we're all working to create a community in California, a state in California, that provides equal opportunity for everybody to achieve the American dream, for everybody to get equal access to a quality job, to education, to healthy living environments, to those prosperous, healthy communities that we all aspire to want to live in. To do that, our members focus on creating a state with laws that are just and equitable. And today, our caucus, now consisting of 29 members, 27 legislators, and 2 constitutional officers, remains committed to those goals and in playing a significant role in shaping public policy at the state level. And we are very proud that our Latino caucus here in the state of California has become quite influential, having both the leaders in both houses, the pro tem, the speaker. We have the chairs of the most powerful committees, including appropriations, are chaired by Latinos in our state. So, as I mentioned before, the needs, the desires of Latinos mirror those of all of Californians. They want excellent schools, they want clean air, they want water, safe streets, quality health care, good paying jobs, and we have members working in almost every committee, in almost every policy area that works to provide those areas for the people of our state. For the Latinos in our community, a lot of these goals are still a very remote and far dream. The statistical picture for Latinos in the state of California is not as promising as we would like. Latinos are more likely not to have health insurance. Latinos tend to earn less than California as a whole. Latino poverty rates are higher than other Californians. They are less likely to own their homes and have higher unemployment rates. There exists a substantial achievement gap for Latinos in K-12 education. In fact, one of the worst. Nearly half of Latinos have less than a high school education, compared to 19% of the overall population. Fighting to turn these numbers around is why most of us got into politics. Our state cannot continue to grow and maintain its economic prominence unless we address these issues, unless we educate Latinos, unless we employ them, unless we keep them healthy. They are currently the fastest growing sector of our population. They're the fastest growing sector of our school population, of our workforce. To address these pressing issues, this year we have identified 20 bills, the most ever, that are going to be our legislative priorities for the year. That's to say that each member here will fight very, very hard within their areas to promote these bills, to make sure these bills get through the legislative process. I would now like to invite our Vice Chair, Assemblymember Lorena Gonzalez Fletcher, to walk through each of the 20 priority bills. Our members, following that, our members will be available for individual questions should you have any. Muy brevemente en español quisiera decir que este año tenemos la lista de iniciativas, de medidas aquí al nivel estatal más ambiciosa, más grande en la historia de la bancada latina de California. Estamos trabajando para crear un estado de leyes justas y promover condiciones que promueven una sociedad equitativa para todos. Y nosotros pensamos que en una sociedad en donde enfocamos en promover igualdad, los latinos van a superarse, van a mejorarse, van a tener una muy buena oportunidad para obtener sus sueños y para mejorar la condición de vida para sus familias. Estas son nuestras, el motivo por qué existe la bancada latina, y este año vamos a estar trabajando 20 medidas específicas que tratan de crear un ambiente social más equitativo y lleno de más oportunidades para todos, y allí incrementarán las oportunidades para los latinos en California. Vamos a oír la lista de estas iniciativas, va a presentarlos Lorena González Fletcher, que es la vicepresidenta de la bancada latina, y gracias, Lorena, por estar aquí.
Thank you, Senator Wessel. I'd also like to thank the caucus members who are here. I saw that Monique Limon also slipped in when Senator Wessel was speaking, so we won't be surprised if a couple more come. I know we have a lot of committees up today. I'm pleased to announce the following bills that have been identified as priority legislation for the California Legislative Latino Caucus, starting with SB 6 by Senator Wessel, expanding due process. It creates a state program to provide legal counsel to immigrants in deportation proceedings. SB 54, the California Values Act by our pro tem, Kevin De Leon, ensures the state and local resources are not used for immigration enforcement purposes and limits such enforcement at schools, health facilities, and courthouses. SB 68 by Senator Lara expands eligibility criteria for Dreamers applying for in-state tuition at UC and CSU campuses. SB 244, the Privacy Protection Act, also by Senator Lara, prohibits the disclosure of any records containing personal information that was collected or obtained by state and local agencies for the administration of public programs. SB 494, the Golden State Reading Guarantee by Senator Wessel. It requires that the State Board of Education design, in collaboration with teachers, parents, and students, and reading specialists, individualized reading plans for young students who are identified as struggling readers. AB 19 by Assemblymember Santiago. It provides tuition-free education for one academic year at any California community college for all first-time, full-time students. AB 60 by Assemblymember Santiago and myself. This bill updates child care eligibility guidelines in order to allow more children from working families to qualify for services. AB 82 by Assemblymember Jose Medina. This is an important legislation that allows for accent marks on vital records. Kind of personal for a lot of us. AB 162 by Assemblymember Cervantes. This bill expands the California Competes tax credit program by redefining small business. AB 206 by myself. It provides workers' compensation coverage for day laborers who are injured on the job. AB 208 by Assemblymember Susan Talamantes Eggman. This allows for pretrial diversion instead of deferred entry of judgment in cases involving minor drug offenses. AB 222 by Assemblymember Bocanegra that provides the use of a false document to conceal one's country of origin or immigration status shall no longer be treated as a felony and instead as a wobbler in prosecution. AB 273 by Assemblymember Aguirre Curry clarifies that ESL and high school equivalency classes are acceptable types of training courses for families seeking to qualify for certain child care programs. AB 299 by Assemblymember Calderon. It bans public agencies from forcing rental owners to inform on the immigration status of their tenants. AB 386 by Assemblymember Gonzalez Fletcher. This helps bring back deported veterans. AB 453, the Student Anti-Hunger Program by Assemblymember Limon. This bill establishes standards and creates incentives to encourage campus food pantries. AB 577 by Assemblymember Caballero expands the definition of disadvantaged community for water quality funding. AB 952 by Assemblymember Reyes. This bill creates a bilingual teacher professional development program to increase the number of teachers qualified to provide bilingual instruction. AB 1037 by Assemblymember Limon. This bill establishes a state-run work-study program for Dreamers who are ineligible for the federal work-study program. AB 1665, the Internet for All Now Act of 2017 by Assemblymember Eduardo Garcia. This bill increases the deployment of broadband infrastructure in underserved and disadvantaged communities through an expansion of the California Advanced Services Fund. As you can see, these are a wide set of diverse bills. Some of them, many of them, dealing with immigration. A lot of them keeping our promise that we will defend our communities against things happening at the national level. Others saying that, of course, along with defending what we've already done for our communities, that we're going to push harder and continue to expand opportunities for dreamers and immigrants in the state, and making sure that we are at the front line of the resistance to the Trump administration. Likewise, we have bills that help deal with poverty, disadvantaged students, and disadvantaged communities that so many of us represent. So we thank you, and with that, I'll turn it back over to Senator Hueso.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And we now open up for questions of the media. If you have any specific questions on the bills or any questions about our Latino Caucus for the year, anything in specific. Ladies and gentlemen, now's your opportunity.
If you're successful in getting all 20 of these bills through, how does it improve the lives of the Hispanic people in California? Just to kind of run through that again, just what do you see as the overall benefits from this legislative package for
As I mentioned earlier, I believe that our primary mission is to promote equality and justice in the state. We focus on bills that will put people on a path to improve themselves, to get a quality education, to get a job, to make sure that if they're injured at work, their injury is dealt with so they can go back to work one day. They're all principally jobs that deal with helping make our social environment equitable and just for everybody. And we believe that if you create an equitable society for everybody, that Latinos will do very, very well in that environment. We believe that we'll have an equal opportunity to improve ourselves. I think there's no doubt, and I think anybody's mind, that Latinos want the best for our families just like anyone else, and we'll work very, very hard to provide for them given the opportunity to do so. And I think there's so much that we can do in this state to level the playing field for everyone. And we believe that's just best for society, and it'll make California the most competitive state economically in the world, and it will help make California the best place to live in the world for the people of our state. So we're very excited about this policy package. I'm telling you, we have members here that are working on such a diverse bill package. So many bills were submitted that were so good that we just thought, we normally have a 9 to 12 goal bill package because we want to really prioritize our efforts. But we feel that this year we have, I think we have become very influential in this legislature, and I think that this bill package is something that we can accomplish this year, and I think it'll make a tremendous impact for all the people of California, and we're very excited to work on such a wonderful list. We couldn't pick all the bills that were submitted, although they were excellent bills, but we really narrowed it down to the ones that I think are most descriptive and most emblematic of what the Latino Caucus stands for and what we're trying to pursue as far as public policy in the state.
¿En qué manera se define la bancada latina debido al ambiente político que se vive hoy en día?
Pues mira, estamos muy preocupados y no estamos solos en este estado. Hay mucha gente en este estado que están muy preocupados con la administración federal y las actividades que ellos están promoviendo en este país. Estamos muy seguros que las políticas de esta administración presidencial a nivel federal no benefician a nuestro país. Sin duda, no benefician a California. Hemos visto recortes en programas muy esenciales para el mejoramiento de nuestra comunidad en varias áreas, y esos recortes van a tener un efecto muy dañino para la gente de nuestro estado. Entonces, están muy preocupados. Han empezado con una campaña no solo para amenazar a la comunidad inmigrante, pero también para amenazar a los trabajadores, para amenazar la salud de nuestras comunidades, con reduciendo protecciones medioambientales. Estamos muy preocupados en California, pero no somos solos. La gente de California está muy preocupada y quieren que nosotros luchemos por ellos. Y este año, esta cantidad de medidas demuestran que los miembros de la bancada latina estamos dispuestos y estamos preparados para combatir las políticas de esta administración, para representar a la gente de nuestro estado. Vamos a trabajar en cosas que ellos quisieran ver, en políticas que ellos favorecen, que ellos apoyan, para mejorar la calidad de vida, para mejorar nuestra economía, para mejorar nuestro medio ambiente, en contra de lo que es una amenaza federal a nuestro estado y la gente de nuestro estado.
The fact that you considered more bills and are supporting more bills in your caucus than ever before, does speak to it being a critical time for Latinos in California?
I believe so. I think not only are we facing a federal administration that's not friendly to the Latino community, not only do we feel like we are being threatened, but there is no doubt that we feel like we are being publicly insulted by this administration. This is something that we are hearing from our constituents. This is something that we ourselves feel. Our members feel like they're up to the task to take on this administration, whatever area they plan to come after us. They are targeting our immigrant communities through the vast taxpayer resources that they're compiling. And while they're doing that on one end, they're cutting essential services to the people of our community in areas of education, in areas of health, in areas of national security, in areas of public safety. They are pretty much proposing draconian cuts to some of the most essential programs that bring essential services, just like for low-income people to pay their utility bill. Why would you target that community? For health services with people that depend on certain medical procedures for the livelihoods, why would you target that community? In areas of transportation, focusing on mass transit, where we have the poorest of the people depending on mass transit to get to work and earn a livelihood, why would you target those programs? We are very concerned that this is a very concerted effort to attack working people, to attack the poor, to attack the disadvantaged, to attack people that have already enormous challenges to get access to the American dream. And they're cutting off that ladder, that safety net, that very small amount of assistance that keeps people alive and keeps people functioning, able to provide for their families. I think these cuts that we're looking at the federal level are going to deeply hurt our state. This threat that they want to take California's money, we need Californian leaders such as ourselves, California community, need to remind this administration that those federal dollars come from California. It's California's money. It's California taxpayers' money, California ratepayers' money. It comes from here. It needs to come back. They cannot raid our funds, and we're going to fight them doing that. Did you want to add any comments?
I'll just add, we also have the benefit, interestingly, the Trump effect on California allowed us to have the largest Latino caucus in our history. At the same time, California soundly rejected this presidency in the last election, they also encouraged us by electing, Latinos in Santa Barbara and in Riverside and in places we haven't even had representation before. So with the number of Latino Caucus members, of course, there's more bills to consider. But we have those bills, again, that we're playing defense. We're going to defend all the work we've done for immigrants in our state. We're going to continue to do that. We're going to expand, especially for people like our dreamers who are in this precarious position now. We're going to say, not only are we going to protect you, but we're going to continue to give you additional opportunities if you go to school. And we're going to talk about issues that affect all Californians. Disproportionate Latinos, of course, whether it's expanding child care or providing for opportunity to receive child care, for ensuring that our colleges are open and accessible, that people's food insecurities are taken care of. So we're really, I think, running the gamut on all of those, but we have special circumstances under this administration, but we have a unique opportunity here too. In no other state do you see such an increase in the number of elected Latinos and our ability to have a strong voice in the state.
Thank you.
¿Se ha analizado el costo que tendrían estos 20 proyectos de aprobarse?
Sí, cada uno tiene su costo y eso es un proyecto o un proceso que a través del proceso legislativo se definirá un poquito más. Estas medidas se trabajarán durante ese proceso para ver cuáles son los costos. No todos tienen costos, yo diría que la mayoría van a tener que ser tratados por el presupuesto estatal. No tengo actualmente las cifras específicas, pero les podemos obtener las cifras de los costos de cada medida en cuanto de cuál específicamente están interesados, pero
No, sería las 20, pero de una manera preliminar, una idea más o menos, no tiene una cantidad exacta.
sí.
Bueno, pues le damos, por ejemplo, como el proyecto de ley que quisiera dar colegios comunitarios a todos los estudiantes por la primera vez. Es $31 millones, pero lo importante de esto es que son dineros que ahorita existen en el presupuesto de los colegios comunitarios. O sea, como en este modo no va a costar nuevo dinero, pero vamos a usar dinero que está ahí. En lugar de, por ejemplo, si es $31 millones, son 113 distritos en el estado de California. Son como 275,000 por cada distrito. Y en lugar de dárselo al distrito para que empleen a una persona, mejor vamos a dárselos a los estudiantes para que vayan gratis a la escuela. Entonces, es por eso que no tenemos un número exacto, porque ciertos de estos van a ser dineros que tenemos ahí y usarlos un poquito diferentes. Ciertos de estos nos va a costar un poquito más, pero lo más importante aquí es que nosotros tenemos que luchar por las cosas que nosotros creemos, y eso es lo que estamos haciendo aquí.
Y aparte, la medida que ayer pasamos del Senado, SB 6, que proporcionar servicios de abogacía para los individuos que están enfrentando a deportaciones, esa medida se aprobó ayer, antier, con la cifra de $12 millones. Ese va a ser el costo de ese programa y va a venir del presupuesto. Y si hay alguna otra... Any other costs associated with the bill?
We're still getting through, yeah.
Pero en el futuro, esta va a ser la persona efectiva para pedir esa información, porque ella está trabajando por medio de su comité para identificar los costos de estos programas.
Thank you, Senator.
Thank you very much, all of you.